Have you seen the Transporter movies?
I did not know what to expect. Me and my friends went to, I think it was the Transporter 2, whatever one where he uses watermelons as boxing gloves. Jason Statham shows up like, oh, okay, I remember him from Italian Job. He's cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's like in a boathouse, and there's just two open watermelons from like a social or something. And he like puts his hands in there, and then that gives him the edge to beat this guy that is
incredible,
like physically larger than him.
What is the logic there?
I don't know.
Is a melon skin harder than a fist? I don't think so.
I think you're right. Like getting hit with bones would hurt significantly more than getting hit with a watermelon rind.
Maybe it's about the slipperiness.
Or it could just be product placement from the Watermelon
Big
Foundation.
Big Watermelon had their juicy mitts all over that movie.
We're trying to push seedless, people.
I'd love to tell you we could do this, but unfortunately we were just completely under the cosh thanks to Big Melon.
We've seen studies. We've done tests. People that enjoy watermelon also enjoy Jason Statham.
People who enjoy the melon. People who enjoy Jason Statham. The Venn diagram is also is almost a complete circle. He's a great get for Big Melon. I tell you that much right now. Welcome to Roden Tomatoes. I'm Ben Roden.
And I'm Brady Tomatoes. And this is a show where we talk about
movies,
magic, and Muppets.
You've just been through kind of an ordeal as a stay-at-home dad.
Stay-at-home dad, baby.
How was that?
You know, it was, you'd think that, at least this is what I thought going into it, that being a stay-at-home dad, my patience would wear thinner. The longer I did it, the more I actually had patience for my kids. I think because I was able to see them as like just having big emotions, whereas where I come into work, I deal with adults, and I'm able to have logical conversations with people, and logic just kind of gets thrown out the window sometimes with kids.
Yeah, it's true.
And so it's almost like I developed this new skill to be like, oh, I'll let them just kind of live in their emotion, and then we'll figure it out after they rage. And I think it was like, overall
they rage.
Great.
The rage will happen, but it will pass.
Yeah, it will pass.
I think there is something like there is a fundamental shift where when you are the primary caregiver. And I think we're both very tuned in dads. We're both very involved. But it's like when you are the guy, it's like, okay, I do have to approach this differently.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah, I've had that experience where like my wife will go out of town and it's like, okay, yeah, it does change your mindset. And I've had similar experiences where it's like, no, my fuse gets longer. When you're the caregiver, it's like, no, like it's almost a luxury to devote your full attention.
Yeah.
To those little creeps.
You follow me on Letterboxd, but you saw me as I was home with my kids that I watched more movies than I do.
Yes.
On an average.
On an average week. An average 2-weeker.
Yeah.
An average fortnight.
So yeah, I did watch more movies.
Were any of them good?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I saw Challengers, which you haven't seen yet.
I have not.
I did not watch that one with my kids. This was after hours. I also watched American Psycho. That was another one that people had talked about. Also after hours.
Kids loved it.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what ones I saw. I saw the 2024 Garfield movie.
The horrible Garfield. The soul-crushing AI-generated pawn scum as a film. I hated that movie so much.
And so I loved like Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec.
Right.
I loved Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy. In general, I think I enjoy Chris Pratt as a person.
Sure.
I don't know why and maybe it works because he puts butts in seats.
Yeah.
Why did he have to be Mario? Why did he have to be Garfield?
No, it's the same people behind Big Melon are pushing Big Pratt. Like whoever got Cranberry in everything is this. They're like, okay, Cran has infiltrated. Now it's Pratt. We're moving on. Let's just get him in everything you can think of.
Oh my gosh.
He was in that. They made that Simon Stålenhag movie. Do you know who Simon Stålenhag? I could be butchering the name. He's like a Swedish artist that does these really cool, like kind of retro futuristic sci-fi illustrations. And Netflix just made a movie somewhat based on his art. Electric State. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, why is Chris Pratt in there with like the worst haircut you've ever seen?
Yeah. And this is not, I mean, people, this is not to say that it's not okay to do this. But Chris Pratt he's the same person in every movie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's just Chris Pratt
He's Chris
in every
Pratt.
movie. And I think that, like, for the Lego movie, for example, phenomenal.
Perfect.
That was
Yeah.
you couldn't cast a better Emmett,
Right.
Couldn't do that. But, like, Emmett, the Lego character, and Andy Dwyer is very different than Mario
Right.
or Garfield.
And right, because Emmett, like, the point of it is he's just like a dude. He's just like an everyday guy, which is what Chris Pratt should be.
Yeah,
This is why I don't like Chris Pratt in an action movie.
yeah.
It's like when Krasinski showed up in that, like, 13 Hours or whatever. It's like
right.
I can't take Jim and Roy going on a special forces mission. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Did you? Was it okay in The Quiet Place?
Yeah,
that was-
because he's a dad who's forced into that situation. He's not like this guy went to, like, Navy
Okay.
school. Like, this guy got through buds. Like, no, he didn't.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's good, and I'm not taking shots at John Krasinski. Heaven forbid,
Right.
because Big Krasinski will come after you.
Big Krasinski.
Yeah. Also, Chris Pratt's kind of on my last nerve right now
Really?
because okay, get ready for us to be canceled again. Chris Pratt is Christian, which is not an issue, but Chris Pratt is the voice of some Christian prayer app called Hollow, and so I'm just seeing a lot of Chris Pratt YouTube ads where he's like,
Oh.
"Hey, it's me, Chris Pratt. What are you doing? You ever had that moment where you realize you don't know what you're doing? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pray." I'm like, no, Chris Pratt, get out of here. I don't want your godly Pratt vibes. Just get them out.
That is true. Yeah. Like and maybe that's why. Maybe I don't know, because it seems like there's still a heavy Christian influence in the United States. It's
Sure.
It's still praised.
So you're saying that's why they're sprinkling him in?
Is Jim Davis, is he a strong Christian? Like the creator of Garfield? You're just
Maybe.
like, you know what? I need star power, but I also need someone that has Jesus power.
Could be. Is Jim Davis even involved?
He was the executive
He was
producer
involved?
of this.
like-
Honestly, I thought he was no longer alive. But yeah, he was the...
What? I mean, what can we extrapolate about Jim Davis's
maybe he
beliefs from
wasn't.
Garfield?
I swear I saw him.
Jim Davis.
Oh, the original, right. Okay, so maybe they... I don't remember seeing the premise of the Garfield movie in any of the Garfield comics. We have like a big...
Certainly not.
Yeah,
I think the premise is this cat, fat, he hate Monday.
yeah.
He
Have
eat lasagna.
Dude, I was thinking about this. Okay, we're getting into Garfield. We're just gonna have to do it.
Sorry, it's all Garfield.
Because as a kid, you love certain things. Like I loved Garfield as a kid. I
The
loved
comic strip or the cartoon?
the cartoon, like
Okay.
Lorenzo music, like the guy like, hey, Odie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Garfield and Friends.
Yeah.
Right, I like that.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I liked the comic as well. Like whenever John would lose his
Yeah.
like his hair would go like into like little lines. That was like the best. Like
I
it was
also
so fun.
John is such a fun character because even as a kid I was like, this guy is so depressing. Like he has nothing going on. He's just like such a bummer guy.
Yeah,
He's like a perpetual bachelor.
yeah,
He's like creating these internal lives for his pets. God bless John.
Yeah.
What a guy.
John Arbuckle, man. But that stuff like that it became more apparent to me as an adult when I was watching this Garfield movie. I was like, man, Garfield is such a douche. Like
Yeah.
he's such a douche character.
Yeah.
And you don't think about that when you're a kid.
No.
You're just like, oh, he's funny. He
He's
loves
funny.
to eat lasagna. Oh, look, he kicked Odie off the table. But in the Garfield movie, it's just regurgitating the same stuff. Like, oh, here's what Garfield is as a character. And I was
Yeah.
like, Garfield freaking
I
sucks.
can't root for this Garfield.
Yeah.
He's no Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, like Garfield is a terrible.
There's no really redeeming quality about
Yeah.
Garfield. You just start feeling bad for Odie.
Yeah, or John. I was like, man,
Yeah.
poor guy is like a slave to his freaking pet, who he took in off the street, and this pet's like, this is my house now.
This is my house. Freaking Garfield.
And, yeah, so freaking Garfield, and then I also was thinking, like, so I was just thinking about that, and and then I randomly pivoted to another cartoon that I liked, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, like the Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. As a kid, you're like, oh man, isn't it so funny that like he just gets a rock, and then you think, like, as an adult, I'm like, what kind of dickheads live in that neighborhood where the adults have all the candy and they're like, when Charlie Brown comes around, I got this friggin' rock that I'm going to put in his sack.
It's devastating.
That's
Charlie
terrible.
Brown is just like crushes your organs with sadness.
It's so bad.
The whole premise of like the Great Pumpkin, that you feel like it's going to like, well, what is the lesson here? Your hopes will be dashed.
Yeah.
There's
terrible.
no... Like Charlie Brown, oh my gosh, it's just horrible.
Yeah, it is. It is
There's a
so
whole
bad.
character built around the fact that this kid is just neglected. Like,
Yeah.
Pigpen is just like a CPS case, walking around in a cloud of his own filth and detritus. Oh,
It's
rough.
It's bad. I get it. As a cartoonist, you go for extremes. Like, that makes sense. So you have to kind of go big and bold to make
Right.
fun, because you have 3 frames essentially to make a joke.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes you have the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you look back, and if you try to make the characters that people have, they become more real as you have more exposure to them, and then you realize, like, wow, Charlie Brown is it is so depressing. That's such a depressing character. Garfield, such a douche. John Arbuckle, wow, that guy is just a straight up victim in everything.
John Arbuckle is like one bad day away from shooting up a Kmart. Like, I think people have picked up on this a little bit, which is why there's all the like weird, ultra dark alternative Garfield content. Have you seen this where like Garfield is like some like H.P. Lovecraftian creature?
No.
That's like, feed me souls, John. Or like, there's something so just like misanthropic about Garfield. You could definitely see like B-roll comic strips where John's in his basement like writing a manifesto. You'd be like, yeah,
I get it.
he's nice, but like he's probably a little cracked.
Yeah.
The John Arbuckle.
There is, I don't remember where, it might be a web thing, but it's Garfieldless Garfield,
Yes.
where all they do, they just remove Garfield from the comics, and it's just a whole bunch of John Arbuckle
It's just
looking depressed,
John.
and then he just like looks really excited and then looks depressed again, or he's like just sitting like staring at a wall and then turns around and freaks out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, because I think there's also a debate, like, can John hear Garfield?
Right.
Like, are they actually communicating?
Well, and that's why I say, like, as an adult, I'm just like, oh, he's just manufacturing this whole private life for his pets because he has no one in his life.
Yeah.
Can he communicate with the pets, or is he just the saddest derpy guy?
Man. So anyways, I thought about that kind of stuff while I was with my kids watching Garfield doing, oh, there's a fart joke. I'm like, but isn't Garfield just a terrible, terrible example for what you should be as a character?
He's a bad guy. Going back to the Christianity angle,
Oh, yeah.
let's assume Jim Davis is an Orthodox Christian. He's very devout. What is his reason for writing Garfield? Is he's like, I'm going to make one of the 7 deadly sins a cat. What if sloth were an animal?
Sloth or gluttony?
Gluttony. Oh,
that-
yeah.
Because maybe Garfield's just,
Maybe he's all the
all the
deadly
sins.
sins.
I did actually hear, kind of pivoting a little bit, I heard that Winnie the Pooh, actually, each one of the characters represents one of the deadly sins. Like Pooh is gluttony.
Oh, interesting.
Rabbit is, I don't even know.
Just
What else?
neuroticism?
Yeah.
What would
I
it?
don't-
Sloth, gluttony, lust, envy.
Oh, I think Rabbit was wrath. or something like that.
That's hilarious.
There's some fan theory out there, and it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Because it's very fascinating that some of the characters that we knew as kids, like you kind of look at it and like, oh yeah, I could. Like Pooh very much is like driven by gluttony, no matter what.
Sure. Eeyore, of course.
Yeah.
Poor Eeyore. I have like mixed feelings towards that sort of content because I think it's interesting, but I also hate it where it's like, I'm gonna ruin your childhood, or like people that like do this like insane theory crafting, connecting 25 different movies.
Sure.
I'm like, guys, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It's just the animators wanted to put Sully in Brave, so they put him on a
for
plate.
funsies.
Yeah.
Yeah. As someone that has tried to create things and to have it like be woven together like that, that is so hard.
It is.
That is like so crazy hard to do. And I think that like I just think of like Harry Potter, for example. Harry Potter is one of those things. I don't think all of the themes that people have taken from it were necessarily a brain baby of J.K. Rowling. Like when she first wrote it, she just like, oh, I'm writing the story. But then people are like, oh, look at all these like themes that have kind of emerged from it and like all these theories. And I think that's just kind of what happens when you get so many people looking at the same thing.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and it's crazy too, because in the age we live in this fast-paced technological age,
influenced by Big Melon.
You know, Big Melon owns so many media conglomerates that they're driving so many different narratives. But yeah, it's weird because fan theories now will influence like the media as it's being created.
Ah, okay.
Like there's been instances like I want to say like with Game of Thrones where they've changed stuff based on like somebody leaks a script and so they're like, well, we can't do that. Or somebody guesses the theory and they read it online and they're like, well, crap, if this is already in the fandom, now this is not going to surprise them.
Do you feel like that's what happened with Game of Thrones? Like potentially?
Maybe. Well, yeah, I think a lot of stuff happened with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We
could do many episodes.
We could. Here's in brief my Game of Thrones critique. I don't know if we should even get into it because it could be the rest of the day, let alone the rest of the episode. I think what happened is they started tracking the popularity of certain characters. And HBO said, you cannot kill these characters. And so you lost the sense of threat. And so they had to constantly escalate the dangers the characters were in, but then they lost the guts to kill characters off. And so then you have stories that can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like Jaime Lannister charging a dragon and not dying is like, if that happened in the first season, he would be dead.
Yep.
He made a stupid decision and he would have been punished, which is why I think people loved Game of Thrones in the first place. When they killed Ned Stark and you're like, but he's Sean Bean.
He's the main character.
He is Sean Bean, so you should have known he was going to die. But still, like the whole arc of the first season is like, okay, who do I root for? And then it starts to coalesce, and you're like, oh, it's Ned Stark. This is the plot. I've been into all these side stories, but the plot is about the parentage of the king, and then he's dead, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Khal Drogo, same thing. This guy is prophesied he's the stallion that mounts the world, dead of an infection.
Yeah.
And once they lost that, then it's like, okay, that's why you have to keep, like, you kill the mountain and bring him back, and then he does nothing.
That's true.
Yeah, that's my theory. I think that's at the core of where they went wrong.
That's, I've never thought about that where people were actively reading stuff. And I'm actually going to tie this back into Chris Pratt in a second. Because one of my opinions was, like, when they were doing Game of Thrones, is that why would they, like, if you have this show that so many people are loving, and if you follow any of the Nerdist or anything like that where they talk about it and they bring up these fan theories and everyone goes, oh, dude, that would be so cool. Why not just follow that? If other people have an idea that is significantly better than yours, you reach out to the person on Reddit that comes up with this really cool fan theory and you go, dude, I love that idea that you came up with.
Yeah.
We want to use that. And we're going to turn that. That's how we're gonna wrap up the series,
Mm-hmm.
and give that Reddit person credit. Like that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And so maybe the 200,000 people that upvoted it would know that theory. So 200,000 people are like,
Right.
oh yeah, that was totally from that Reddit post. Who cares?
Right.
Millions and millions of other people are gonna be have their mind blown.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I thought like, man, they should have gone to the comments. They should have just like followed the stuff that was really cool, really super unique, and gone with that. But it's interesting. Maybe it's like a sense of like, well, I'm the creator here.
Right.
I'm the artist.
No, and I wonder if it is that sense of like ownership where like you get precious about your work. They certainly get precious about the characters, which is my gripe. But yeah, maybe it is like, okay, well, that's cool, but we didn't think of it, so we can't use it.
So
and then like that's a whole other question about like what is the point of art if you're just crowdsourcing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I take your point, but it's also an interesting thought to be like, well, you should create art that follows a vision rather than like, oh, tell me what to do, internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can see that argument as well.
Yeah. I like what you're saying.
I just think like
on the other side, it does seem stupid to not do something just because somebody guessed it, or
right.
Because I think that happens where it's like something gets leaked and so they have to scramble and make changes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like a weird thing. I think that the internet and like fan service, and this is where I'm going to bring it back to Chris Pratt.
It all comes back to Chris.
But like, so maybe according to your theory, they see things, and because they're saying like, no, we're not gonna give that much power to the fans of this thing. So then they do their own thing. Sonic the Hedgehog is an example of the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
They showed the trailer, and everyone goes, "What the freak? Gross."
He looks so
yeah,
horrible.
it looks so bad. And so then they took that fan feedback and they went back and redesigned it so he looks more cartoony.
Yeah.
And it's like it's been wildly successful.
Yeah, universally loved.
Yeah, it's great. And so I wonder if like maybe that's the reason why they chase Chris Pratt. Because it's more of like a fan service type thing. It's like, oh well, Chris Pratt, he was in the Mario movie. Mm-hmm. And people went and saw the Mario movie. It made like $1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
People loved the Lego movie. So we're going to, like, people love Chris Pratt. So we're going to make Chris Pratt the voice, albeit the same voice for everything.
Yeah.
We're going to reach all these like characters from people's like childhood, multi-generational childhoods.
Yeah.
And shoehorn Chris Pratt because he's the one that people like.
He's a movie star.
He is.
There are fewer and fewer of those. I feel like he's like a pretty consistent draw. The Rock was for a while. He's fallen off.
Yeah. I think we might see I think we might see that with Chris Pratt as well. I can't think of like any movie star that has just like constantly been like A-list cast in everything all the time. Even like Tom Cruise, and maybe it's because he's a little more picky or something like that. I don't know, but there's like people kind of get like what it's like to see a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, you get oversaturated.
Yeah,
you know exactly what this is, but they still make so much money.
They do make so much money, and that's kind of what it's.
And that's what it's all about.
I
saw an interview. I think it was with Matt Damon talking about how, because like basically it's just harder for studios to take risks.
Oh,
now have you seen that?
Yeah,
clip?
I saw this one.
And so like just because there's so much streaming variety, it's like you end up. Just basically the takeaway is that sort of market dynamics are forcing the hand of studios and making just generic schlock.
Yeah.
Because investment is so risky and movies cost so much that it's like we have to just make a C movie that's going to make its money back versus trying something cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I would agree, which is why so this is another kind of thought that came to my mind is like people throw so much they say like we can throw a lot of money at it so that it can then make back a lot of money. We're going to do tons of marketing and stuff. But I do feel like there's so much like art and ingenuity that happens when you have restrictions placed on you.
Oh, totally.
And because I think of like Everything Everywhere All at Once, how it was edited in like Premiere Pro and
Or Flow. That's the more recent
Oh, yeah,
example,
Flow.
right? The whole thing's made in Blender.
yeah, like a free software.
Yeah.
And so like, was it going to look as like photorealistic as something that like Pixar puts out? No.
Yeah.
But like they were able to take risks. It wasn't such a big like gamble.
Yeah.
And as a result, they were able to let like the artist's creation kind of shine through, which I think that's what people really appreciate.
Oh, totally. Well, and it's true even of like big like tentpole movies. Think about like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars got progressively worse the more money that George Lucas got.
That's true.
Like, you started to see like, oh no, George, if you had money, you would have been putting the weird long lip, what's her name? Lippy Mix-Mac.
Oh, the singer?
The cantina. Yeah, she goes back and she's just got like this little like frog body, and she's got like, her name's like Snooty McToodles or something. It's like really close to that. Or like, yeah, just going back and peppering in the worst CGI in every possible corner of the movie. It's like, no, like the reason this was charming is because you had ILM just figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
You know? There's so many examples of this Blair Witch Project where it's like,
Oh yeah.
the lack of funding or the creative constraint, like you build a gimmick around it, and it lets the creator's vision really shine through.
Yeah. Which I love, I think that's one of the reasons why I've actually kind of gravitated more towards movies that are distributed by like A24 or Neon.
Mm-hmm.
Is not all of them are Hollywood endings or
Mm-hmm.
like premises. Like there's some weird stuff in it, but it makes for a very refreshing like movie going experience because you're witnessing someone else's creation,
Mm-hmm.
like from kind of the ground up.
Yeah, totally.
And that's like so cool.
Yeah, I kind of like an experience where I see a movie and I'm like, not in the sense of taste, but in the sense of I'm not the target audience, where I think this is not for me.
Mm.
Like I can appreciate this, but like I don't possess the machinery to understand this the way that I think it's intended to.
Mm.
This happens almost every time I watch a movie from Russia.
From Russia?
Russian cinema, I'm like, I think in order to get what you want me to get out of this, I had to have lived under the Iron Curtain.
Interesting.
It's like, I don't know if there's like symbolism at play. I've seen a lot of Russian movies I've really liked, but I'm always just like, I'm definitely an outsider watching Russian cinema.
Yeah.
I also recently I saw The TV Glow.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's
it was
it's a
really,
good one, right?
really cool. Again, not accessible to me. And not that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
It deals, so I think the director, writer might be trans, or like a lot of their films deal with like trans issues.
Okay.
And looking at it through that lens, I was like, okay, I can see how this applies. But again, like so different from my experience. Not that I didn't get anything out of it, but I was just like, my reading of this movie would be so different.
Yeah.
Depending on like my life circumstances. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm like, again, this isn't for me. This is like somebody's vision, and it's just on display, and kind of take it or leave it. It's really cool.
It is really cool because I've only ever thought of it. I've never even imagined that there was Russian cinema. Like that when you said that, I was like,
plot
oh, really?
twist.
Yeah,
Russians
like,
make
what?
movies.
They make movies? But yeah, that makes sense. And it also makes sense where like you have that same kind of feeling. I feel that way a lot about like Japanese storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen like not just like anime type stuff, but I've also seen like movies that were like made in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and having because I was there as a missionary, so I lived there for 2 years, and I got to have like a taste of like the culture,
Mm-hmm.
and so having that sense of the culture, and now that like as I've as I've gotten older, and I've actually started looking into like more Eastern philosophy, and to see that there's not like a dualist. There's this dualistic thinking, right? Where there's like two ways to do something. There's like there's good, there's bad, there's right, there's wrong, and there's black and white. Where more of the old Asian, like the Eastern, philosophy is everything's kind of gray, like it's in a gray area, and knowing that and like going back and watching like movies that were made in Japan, like they actually make more sense to me. Where before I was like, this is weird. Yeah. Like even like Spirited Away, which is a very beloved, animated movie. It's still kind of like, oh yeah, that's just kind of like it feels random.
Yeah. But, no, it's so true.
But when you look at it as like from the mindset of someone that like isn't a dualistic way of thinking, where there doesn't have to be like a good guy and a bad guy, and everything has to kind of tie up in this way that we've been accustomed to with like Western thinking, then it's just an enjoyable experience. Like I am just here to watch this journey of this person, not even go from like point A to point B, but just like point A and wander around and figure out where they are. Yeah. And that's like it's like a really cool thing when you do broaden your perspective. So I mean, maybe if you move to a communist country, then revisit the Russian cinema.
The darkness of communism would really heighten the experience, as it does for most things. Yeah, I think that's a great point, and I think that's true of a lot of anime. Not just the duality or the strict delineation of right versus wrong, good versus evil, but even like the rigidity of genre is different. Yes. Like you have these wild tonal shifts in anime, even in like Ghibli movies, where it's like it'll be really poignant, and then it's like, why is the character suddenly like has no detail on their face and like a little ghost is coming out, and it's just like to someone growing up with American media, you're like, what is happening? Yeah. And like you kind of get into the rhythm of it, but I think this is why my wife just cannot abide anime, because she's just like, what is happening? Yeah. And this is her complaint. I think she likes the Studio Ghibli movies, but there is an element of like, what? Yeah. What? Pardon? And my kids will be like, is that the bad guy? And I'm kind of like, there's not really. Yeah. Like everyone kind of has weird motivations, and it does feel more nuanced. Yeah. Or less well defined in terms of the tropes and the morality of stuff.
It's very much based on like principles of mindfulness, where it's just like being present. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, and this is just my experience with like kind of more like East Asian cinema. Mm-hmm. It's like the whole premise of the movie is just like you're in the present moment. You're not like looking to see like the sky beam destroyed, or like for the bad guy to finally fall or something like that. It's just like you're just there. Yeah. You're there and you're experiencing. You're watching someone, ride a train, and they are just showcasing art. Yeah. It's like, hey, look at this beautiful drawing of like the scenery that someone animated. They took the time to like make these petals, like, the cherry blossoms fly and stuff. And so it's just about being present and enjoying it.
Yeah. I love that. And even that's captured by like what the characters do and the type of action that gets displayed. I'm thinking specifically about Miyazaki. Like, think about all the time they spend like showing household tasks. Oh yeah. Building a fire, sweeping, or like anytime there's food. The food scenes are always just so fun to watch. Yeah. Like I think of the whole cozy night that happens in have you seen Ponyo? Yeah. Oh yeah. Where they bring her up to the house and there's the storm, and like they're just hanging out, and the mom makes them ramen.
And they have to put the lid on and wait.
Yes, it's just like that is like the epitome of that idea of just like, let's enjoy the process of things and the time it takes for things to happen. Yes, it's very, very great. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, we didn't talk at all about the movie guy thing.
We haven't. We could segue.
I think.
Have we hit about 40 minutes? Is that what
what have we got? About 40 minutes. So this is how we're going to tie it in. So this is episode 4 of the 5 stages of being a movie guy. Mm-hmm. Stage 4 is realizing you're a cringy douche. Yes. And so we tie that in by saying we just spent a lot of time crapping on Chris Pratt. Nope. Garfield? We'll take this out in post.
No, I think
I don't know if there's a segue into this. We've just been.
it doesn't have a lot of handles on it. I feel
fine.
like we're kind of at step 5.
Yeah.
Where at least like I feel like I like a lot of movies that are dumb, and I'm okay with it. Like I no longer have a sense of like this is a guilty pleasure. Like I can wholeheartedly say I would watch the hell out of The Beekeeper or any Jason Statham movie. I just sort of feel like it scratches different itches, right? Like I will go see a Fast and Furious movie day one.
Yeah.
I will go opening night.
It does not need to be
No.
epic French cinema. It doesn't need to be directed by anybody you know.
No, and
It's
I no longer feel the need to like gatekeep. Well, sometimes I do. Let's be honest. I'm a little cringy douche about certain things. Christopher Nolan, mostly.
Interesting.
Here's the okay. Christopher Nolan, I like him. I like him a lot.
Okay.
My issue with Christopher Nolan is people who've seen like 10 movies that tell me he's the greatest director of all time. And it's like, he is very good, but like, there's more than just Christopher Nolan.
That's true.
A friend of mine, we had a very funny conversation because we have this running joke about Christopher Nolan, how he's like the Imagine Dragons of cinema. But we both saw Oppenheimer around the same time, which, for the record, I think is phenomenal.
I still have not seen it.
I think it is like a Titanic movie, and I think it's Christopher Nolan's best movie, far and away.
Okay.
But my friend Mark texted me, it's with heavy heart that I must tell you that I loved Oppenheimer, because it was like that meme about the worst person you know just made a great point. We were like, oh no, it's good. We were so excited to shit on it because we both hated Tenet so much.
Tenet was too much.
Yeah, anyway.
That's so funny.
So he's my one. But again, I like him as a guy. Like when I see him interviewed, I'm like, oh, I would hang out with him. Like,
yeah.
And he's very, his movies feel very like a little fart sniffy sometimes, a little bombastic. There's a lot of trombones happening. It's very kind of big Melon core.
Yeah.
But when he talks about movies, he's like, oh yeah, I love Back to the Future. Like he likes dumb movies too. I'm like, I like him.
Yeah.
And seeing interviews of him has brought me back from the precipice of douchery.
Yeah. That is really funny that people have seen like 10 movies. Like Christopher Nolan's the best director.
It's like they've seen Marvel movies and The Hangover, and then they're like, Inception is the greatest thing ever put on film. It's Imagine Dragons, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't at least make some mention of Muppets.
We need to. This is our thing.
You saw a lot of movies recently. A movie that I saw recently that I loved was Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, okay. That's on my list. It's a slower one, right?
It's
slower
very
burn?
slow. It's very character driven. And I think it would be, because of the limited scale, it would really allow the Muppets to shine.
Ooh.
I think there is kind of an inherent imbalance about Miss Piggy. That you root for her, but you also wouldn't rule out her committing a murder.
Okay.
So I think she's the main character. I think Kermit's the dad, obviously. You have flashbacks of Kermit. Also, just imagine the shot of when they're testing how he might have fallen out the window. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, no!
So,
okay.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
well, this is coming out in post.
I was
then.
like, I haven't. It's on my list.
Oh, dude. Okay. I'm sorry.
So no, it's fine. What's like the premise?
Okay. The premise is this: there's a family that lives in a little French village up in the mountains.
Okay. Is it a foreign film?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to say it's a French production. the main character sort of is the mom in this family. They so it's a couple with a single son. Their son had an accident when he was young, and he's blind.
Okay.
So they all live up there together. The marriage is a little bit strained. They love each other, but they fight a lot. She's a writer.
Okay.
And he is a kind of a wannabe writer. He's a less successful writer who's turned to teaching. There's a lot of tension around that.
Okay.
Anyway, one day the husband dies under mysterious circumstances. The son goes out and takes his dog on a walk, and he comes back, and the dad is just lying dead.
Okay, that's the fall thing.
That is the fall.
Okay.
And so then the wife comes under suspicion. Did he commit suicide? Did he fall accidentally, or was he pushed out the window?
Okay.
And it's about the family kind of re-examining their dynamic. It's very, like, it makes you paranoid, but not in like a Hitchcocky way, just in like a really like thinking about your relationship sort of way.
Interesting.
Like it's there's mystery to it, but it's very much like more about the family drama and how it affects the family than it is solving the mystery. And it's left sort of open-ended. Anyway, so the main players are husband, wife, son. The dog is very important. The dog's name is Snoop. Obviously, that's Rolf. And there's a scene where, in order to test a theory about whether or not his father was suicidal, the son feeds the dog a bunch of aspirin. And just imagine that happening to Rolf.
Oh man, I don't feel very good.
Oh man. All right, whether or not we use this, dude, I was 100% certain you should see.
Dude, I am so sorry.
It was Beanfield. Beanfield had seen it.
Oh, okay.
And not that you're interchangeable with Beanfield in any way.
I would be honored. I would be honored.
Beanfield is a G. I mean, if we could just replace Pratt with Beanfield.
Oh man,
I think the whole industry would get a boost.
Amazing.
I just imagine he would actually be a better Garfield.
100%. He has that very like, oh man, Mondays.
He's not mad about it. He's just slightly distressed.
He's just the distressed cat. The one that
would completely change the vibe.
The one you want to succeed.
Yeah,
like,
you'd be rooting
poor guy.
for him. He's like the cat that has just absorbed the energy of John Arbuckle. He's like, I don't like Mondays even at all.
What? Okay, so I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall, so I don't know how to necessarily contribute to the Muppets situation.
No, I don't think you can. I think I've screwed the pooch
here.
No,
because
I think I've poisoned the Rolf.
Well, one thing that we can visit, though, and this doesn't necessarily have to be based on this one movie, but maybe it can be, if we were to make a Muppet remake of Garfield, right?
Oh.
So this could be comics, this could be revisiting any of the movies, or the most recent 2024 Disaster. How would we, let's say we make it live action, and it's a Muppet. Like, how does that... Obviously, it's improved tenfold just by being a Muppet
Just by having Muppets.
It's not... Garfield is not voiced by Chris Pratt.
No.
Or maybe we even keep the same like CGI animation, but it's just voiced by Muppets. So...
Wow.
Oh, jeez. John! And it's just voiced by Kermit the Frog. You never see Kermit the Frog in the whole thing.
Kermit and John Arbuckle feel like kindred spirits, except...
Yeah?
I wouldn't expect the Kmart shooting from Kermit. But he is just sort of a straight-laced guy.
That is true. I could see that.
This is very interesting, taking a talking animal, replacing them with a talking Muppet.
Again, we don't have to. I'm just saying, like, if it gets your juices flowing, you could just have them voiced.
I'm juiced, man. So what Muppet is the best voice for Garfield? Is that what we're saying?
Because we've got Kermit for John.
You do know that Muppets aren't real. You do know that the Muppets are voiced by human beings.
We will see about that. Have you seen how often they interact with humans? I've seen them ride a bike. Full body shots, riding a bike.
I've seen them dancing in two separate shots. One upper body, one lower body. That means the whole body is dancing. Have we talked about how much I love to see Muppet feet?
No.
And it's not a sex thing. It's not a kink. It's not like show me them gams. It's just like when they cut to like Kermit's dancing feet, or like especially when you see Gonzo's little sneakers.
Oh yeah.
If a day goes by and I've seen Muppet feet, I count that as a good day. It's like multiple genocides happening, democracy under threat, but I saw some Muppet feet. I feel like it's going to be
All
okay.
is right in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something that's uncanny but allows you to continually suspend your disbelief when you see a full body Muppet
When you
shot.
see, or riding a bike, or
Yep.
being just tossed in the air,
Oh yeah,
completely ragdolled.
dude. Doo-wop hop.
So
Kermit.
good.
It's amazing.
Also, I love Muppet dancing, where they don't show the feet, but they just do perfect, and you can like the little pull, like the control rods are right on the wrist, and they do this move. And then, but the best detail is that they're piping in like tap dancing sounds.
Oh,
So it's just like, and then it's just the best. There's hope for the world as long as Muppets are dancing.
you see, even like just imagining, just putting it, Garfield could stay the exact same. The way it is, nothing changes. Chris Pratt still voices Garfield, but mid-movie, you just cut to some YouTube clip. Maybe Garfield's just watching it on TV.
Or Odie is just like stepping on the remote.
Yes.
And it's just Muppet dancing.
Just a really quick flash of Gonzo. You know,
I mean, it goes straight from rotten to fresh.
Yep.
Just on the merits of that alone.
instant.
Okay.
Instant
Also, I think mileage may vary depending on the person, but I think if Chris Pratt does a hollow ad read in the middle of the movie, that improves it.
upgrade. Okay.
If Garfield's like, you know what I don't hate? Prayer.
Just go full on Deadpool, but it's Chris Pratt's version. Has Deadpool ever pitched Mint Mobile? I don't know if he ever
that
has.
Feels
but
that feels like something that will happen.
it could, yeah. Anyways, so maybe we don't have a fully fleshed out Muppet thing, and I'll watch Anatomy of the Fall, and we can revisit this, and
We've got
and
to.
I'll understand more.
That was a big faux pas of myself.
It's fine. But I think we know how to improve Garfield exponentially, even if we don't recast the whole thing as a Muppet. We just show a picture of Muppet feet,
Muppet feet
moving.
are just the antidote to all our sorrows. But here's an issue.
Okay.
We got to get the green light from Big Melon. I don't know if they're gonna sign off.
That's so funny because I was thinking the same thing. I was
You're like, how do we get Big Melon back?
So long as Big Melon gives us permission. So good. Well, Ben, thanks for the conversation. This has been very fun. I am now going to Google Big Melon and see if this is an actual thing.
I think
Did we
Googling.
just crack it?
I think Googling Big Melon is going to yield some very exciting results.
Oh
for you.
no! Oh no! Okay.
All right, melon's up.
Melon's up.